Itong mga supposed insertions, ganyan na, the issues hounding basically Senate President Cheese Escudero, are you confident, Senator, being ikaw yung pro tempore, na stable at malakas, solid yung leadership sa Senado?
If you are going to ask me, I think solid yung leadership sa Senado. Super majority pa rin ang sumusuporta kay Senate President Cheese Escudero.
But at the same time, Senator, you were quoted earlier saying na stable ang leadership nga ni SP Cheese, but then anything can happen because history did dictate na kahit yung minority, dalawa lang, nagkaroon ng pagkakapalit sa liderato. If you can elaborate on that, Senator.
Anything can happen. As we speak, hanggat sa Lunes, anything can still happen.
So what does that mean for SP Cheese?
As long as they have the 13 votes to elect a new Senate President, magkakaroon tayo ng bagong Senate President as long as they have 13 votes.
So we shouldn't read too much into that statement, kumbaga? Or...
Yes.
Well, for you to say it this early...
Kahit bukas pwede kami tanggalin. Walang
ganun po ba? Kabubuo lang. I mean, to say it this early kasi it seems to be very intriguing.
That?
What you said, that,
anything can happen.
Anything can happen at this very early stage when you had just, wala pang isang linggo.
Pero, that is a remote possibility. Ang sinasabi ko lang, maraming pwedeng mangyari, no? Katulad ngayon, Friday ngayon, no, Saturday, Sunday, malay mo may mag-initiate ng mga proceedings na, alam mo, ganun talaga sa Senate, biglaan lang nangyayari.
Okay. But Senator, how would you describe...
But I don't think that will happen.
But Senator, how would you describe the dynamics now in the 20th Congress? Because the minority bloc is led by Senator Tito Sotto, the most veteran, now on his 5th term as a senator. At mga kasama rin niya, mga veterano na rin po.
Well, alam mo, hanga-hanga naman ako kay Senator Tito Sotto, kay Tito Sen. Kasi matagal ko na rin nakasama yan. He's very well qualified to become the minority leader. At naman siya, hindi naman siya magiging obstructionist sa lahat ng mga gagawin namin sa Senado.
Okay, and talking about committee chairmanships naman, syempre maraming mga reactions, no, kung ano yung napunta sa kaninong senador. Ano pong masasabi niyo doon? Of course, Blue Ribbon.
Ang ganda ng ngiti ni Senator Jane Joy.
Well, yung sa Blue Ribbon Committee, nabigay kay Senator Rodante Marcoleta, there's always first time. And this is, I must admit that this is the first time that it was been given to a neophyte senator and then a position at that. Pero with all due respect and fairness kay Senator Marcoleta, he is very qualified to handle that committee. He being a lawyer.
Okay, so walang kulay yon. We shouldn't read anything into that.
Walang kulay yon.
Okay.
Now, let's go to your bill, unless we want to still ask about Senator Marcoleta. What if he investigates you guys? Ma-weaponize against the administration. Where will you stand?
I think Senator Marcoleta is just and fair.
At saka siguro clear na rin natin tong issue before we move to the bill of Senator Jinggoy. Yung kasi usap-usapan sa social media na wala daw nakuhang committee, no, yung Senator Risa, pero eventually nagkaroon naman, di ba?
Si Senator Risa, merong hawakan ng committee yan. I think
yung Women and Children.
Yung Women and Children, Committee on Women and Children, it's being offered to her.
Pero yung nagbibilangan po kasi, Senator, yung mga tao, bakit tig-iisa lang daw, pero yung iba, tig-tatlo, tig-dalawa, ganun.
Well, that's the spoils of wars are really divided that way, di ba?
That's usually the case naman. Hindi naman porket isang committee lang o tatlong committee lang, tatlong committee hawak mo. Ano lang yan, siguro they want to work harder, yung iba. At saka yung iba naman, like for example, si Senator Bam, yung kanyang advocacy, yung Education. Naibigay naman namin yung Committee on Basic Education sa kanya. Si Senator Kiko Pangilinan, yung kanyang advocacy, agriculture. Naibigay naman natin sa kanya yung Committee on Agriculture. Si Senator Erwin Tulfo, he being a former Secretary of the Department of Social Welfare, nabigay naman natin yung Committee on Social Services sa kanya. Kanya-kanyang advocacy yan.
And then, that's how you court the senators to support you. You give the committees, the powerful
No,
committees.
because we are in the majority. Ganyan, ganyan talaga.
Ganun talaga.
I
Yes,
was a
sir.
member of the minority when I first entered the Senate in 2004.
What was your
Alam mo
committee?
talaga, it was a numbers game.
Yeah.
Panaylatak na lang yung naibibigay sa amin. When I was a member of the minority, alam mo naman nila yun.
Yeah.
Alam nila yung Senator Soto yan. Alam nila Senator Mix yan.
So ano yung latak na tinanggap nyo noon?
Well, as far as my memory serves me right, ang nakuha ko ron is the Committee on Labor.
Labor.
Isang
Oh,
committee
di
lang.
naman latak yun. Kayo naman.
Isa lang yung committee yung hawak ko na.
Okay. Now let's go to your bill on the creation of the Department of Disaster Resilience. Why is it important to create another department if pwede namang under DNR yon or under the OCD?
Well, sa dami-dami ng bagyong nararanasan natin ngayon, I think it is very important to create a Department of Disaster Resilience. Kasi this measure proposes the creation of a Department of Disaster Resilience, which shall be the primary government agency responsible for leading, organizing, and management the national effort to reduce disaster risk and to prepare for and respond to disasters, recover and rehabilitate, and to build forward better after the occurrence of disasters.
So, hindi naman to magiging, kumbaga, siya yung taga-pasimuno or taga-pag-lead or oversee ng mga different flood control? Since yun yung usong-usap.
Kung sakaling maging batas to at magkaroon ng creation disaster of Department of Disaster Resilience, ito magiging primary government agency na magiging to be responsible for leading and organizing the national effort to reduce the disaster risk.
Senator, other priority legislations po in the 20th Congress, perhaps online gambling as well. Will you be supporting the bills of your colleagues at the Senate?
We will have to study that further. One of my priority bills is the abolition of the senior high school.
Can you say that again, Senator?
One of my priority bills is the abolition of the senior high school.
Abolition. So, ano to
Senior
parang...
high school.
Oh.
Akala ko senior discount.
Hindi pa pwede kasi senior citizen
Magrarally
naman
ako
ako.
against that. No, just kidding. But anyways, senior high school, can you elaborate?
Excuse me?
You said the abolition
Of
of senior high school.
Yes, because I have received a lot of letters and yung mga taong bayan mismo na lumalapit sa akin na talagang pampahirap yung karagdagang 2 taon sa kanilang mga anak, sa kanilang mga sa ating mga mag-aaral. Kasi I think that when we enacted that law, when we passed that law 10 to 12 years ago at hanggang ngayon, I think the K-12 is a dismal failure. So para sa akin, not to burden the parents, na karagdagan gastos, tsaka karagdagang oras para sa ating mag-aaral, mas mabuti pang i-abolish na natin yung senior high school.
So you want to go back to the old K-10?
K-10?
Yes, but that will pass through a rigid committee hearing. Si Senator Bam Aquino will be chairing that particular committee on Basic Education, to hear both sides, all stakeholders concerned. Kasi meron din mga stakeholders concerned na kailangang i-reform na lang yung batas ng K-12. Marami rin umaalma na huwag tanggalin. Pero sa aking palagay, mas marami yung gustong tanggalin na yung gusto i-abolish yung senior high school.
So in your mind, ang matitira parang yung similar po ba ito doon sa K to 10 na matatag curriculum? Parang ganon, more or less?
Yes, ako ibalik na lang sa dati kasi ang sabi kasi doon sa batas doon sa K to 12 nung pinasa namin yan a decade ago, pagka nakaka-graduate ka na ng senior high school, pwede ka na mag-apply ng trabaho. Anong nangyari, ang hinahanap pa rin ng kumpanya, college graduate pa rin. So, useless. Di ba? Di sayang lang yung 2 taon, di mag-graduate ka lang ng college para makapaghanap ka ng trabaho. Mas madaling makatrabaho.
Pero Senator, wala yan dun sa SONA ni Pangulo, ha? Na, in fact, his SONA strengthens.
But he did not mention that in his SONA. Pero nung nilabas, when I filed that particular bill, abolishing the senior high school, kumampi siya sa akin. I mean, nagsalita siya during one of his media interviews supporting my bill. Because he knew where I was coming from. Dahil maraming ang masang Pilipino na nagreklamo na talagang karagdagang gastos pa itong K-12.
I recall him saying that parang he acknowledges the complaints. He acknowledges.
Yes. Even Secretary Angara, alam mo, tatay niya, si former Senator Ed Angara, siya yung nag-initiate ditong pagpasa ng K-12. No? At mismo yung anak si Secretary Angara, Education Secretary Angara, siya nagsabi na palpak yung K-12 program.
But Senator, I believe ang sinabi po ni President Marcos in his SONA was that reforms ang kailangan sa senior high, and that's through tech-voc programs.
Yes.
At pati TESDA sa senior high.
Yes.
Well, siguro lalabas yan pagka magkaroon tayo ng committee hearing.
Any other priority legislation po from you, Sen. Jinggoy?
Well, I think that's about it. Yung creation ng Department of Disaster Resilience, tsaka itong abolition ng senior high school.
All right, we thank you so much for your time, Senator.
Thank you very much.
Sana Monday,
Ses.
kayo pa rin ang Senate President pro tempore.
Wala naman galaw, wala naman movement.
Thank you.
Happy weekend, Sen.
That
Thank
was
you, thank
Senate
you.
President pro tempore Jinggoy Estrada.